a podcast where you don't need an invite to join the conversation. Welcome to Add Me to the Group Chat.
When we had a part 2, when all
friends.
the girls were here, you were talking trash. Yes,
Yeah.
I told Amber what you said.
And you talk too much.
Yeah.
Why are you always eating lunch by yourself? Like, do you not have friends? Like, I didn't
She
understand
was
that.
feeling really bad.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so nervous. Rainy.
Right. I met Miss Melina at MICS, which is the school that I went to. I guess can I say that?
Yeah. Say age gap. Age gap.
Oh gosh. So, really, I feel like he tried to talk to me for a long time, but I didn't really like take it serious because the one in the furthest lane, so the left lane, was gonna let me come out. He gave me space to come out, and I started coming out. They put the faja on.
What's a faja?
You don't know, it's like a...
It's the thing that holds your boob.
It's your whole body.
It's like I know. Yeah,
It's a girdle. It's like it's
well, I
basically
need
like
that
a
right
really
now.
I just like to say I take responsibility for being late for yesterday's recording. That is 100% my fault because when I looked at the time on the schedule, I should have declined or asked for a different time because I coach until 9:30 and it takes 1 hour to get here.
Basically going out of town.
I basically have to go out of town every time I come here.
Yeah.
And the likeliness that I could finish with a coaching call and go downstairs and my dogs not need anything at all and I could get in the car and get here, it's just not realistic. And I believe in margin. And so I actually violated my own boundary. And as a result, I was late. So I take full responsibility for that. Okay. And I also take full responsibility for naming names.
Yeah, I was so dead yesterday. I was like, oh my gosh, you really just said the name.
As soon as it came out of my mouth, I was like, oh, no, I said it. So yeah. So I just like, I'm fine to go on record to say I take full responsibility for my actions and I sincerely apologize.
I love that.
Yeah.
Great. If you've not heard that episode, go check it out. It was with Jairus. All right. We have a guest in the house, you guys.
Oh my gosh.
This is like just an honor. Okay.
Super excited.
Your name gets called a lot in my home because age gap is always brought up. And then when it's like, what does that mean? When there's like a slick new word going around with the kids, you know, I'm like, it's Paige knows. Like, Paige knows. Does Paige say that? Like, Paige has to say. Like, I'm always saying Paige. No one knows anything else. But I'm like, Paige knows. Yeah. Hold that a little bit closer to your mouth. Let me hear it.
Hello.
All right. Flip the switch on the mic.
Oh, okay.
There it is. There.
I felt like I could hear myself, but
Yeah.
now I definitely can.
Yeah. Yeah, Paige looks so good. Okay, you know what, Paige? I just want you to have a minute. I want you to really just tell us what's going on in your life. Because first of all, your hair is everything right now. Your makeup is like slaying.
Yes.
These are my labor braids, which my mom actually hates that I call them that because she's like, what is labor braids?
Yeah.
They're you just got your hair done.
Yeah.
That's what she says. But it's a thing. Like, that's what they say on TikTok. Yeah, so these are my labor braids.
Because they will get you through. Like, you don't have to mess with your hair until afterwards, after the baby's due. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, they are always
And you
trying to
look
make
good.
up a new word. Like, girl, I'm with your mama, age gap. You just got your hair done.
And it's going to last.
Yes, it's going to last me till the baby comes and a little bit after the baby comes, so I don't have to worry about that. What else? I'm having a baby.
I know.
A baby on June 16th. Hopefully he doesn't come before then. I have a scheduled C-section.
Oh.
So
You were less than a month away.
I know. It's scary.
Let's talk about a C-section.
Okay.
Did you have a C-section before, or did you just give like...
Yeah, I did. I had an emergency C-section
You
with
did?
Sage. Yes.
I didn't realize it was an emergency C-section.
Me either, actually.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness. What happened?
So, first of all, Sage did not want to come. So I was pregnant till 41 weeks.
No.
I was induced. And when they have like two things. I think it's something called Pitocin.
Yes, it's Pitocin.
Okay, so they gave me that at first to induce me. That did not work.
You know what's funny about Pitocin is they say it's supposed to speed it up, but I really think it like almost pauses the labor.
It must.
And then it's like supposed to like counteract. Yeah, it's weird.
It didn't do anything for me. And then they do some type of balloon method.
Oh, yeah.
And so that's what they switched me to because I wasn't going into labor. And I never dilated. I don't even think to 5 centimeters.
You're kidding.
Wow.
Yeah, I never dilated. So I was in labor I was in the hospital from Tuesday till Saturday.
Stop it.
Yeah, so I think I was in labor for like 2 or 3 days.
That's bananas.
The balloon is like they take something to stretch your cervix, right?
Yeah.
So that just helps you dilate, and that wasn't even doing anything.
No,
He was
Sage was
comfy.
like, yeah, it was COVID. And so maybe he had a sense that, it was COVID and he just didn't want to come out. And I also feel like the whole time I was like, I don't want him to come because I was so scared of childbirth from watching like the YouTube videos.
Yeah.
And I was like, I do not want him to come just like, like he can be in there. Like I want him to come eventually, but no. And so he might have heard my wishes and got
Freaked out.
Yeah. So, yeah. And then,
you know what's true though? Saying that, your body plays off of how you feel.
yeah.
So if you were freaked out, your body is like resisting.
Yeah.
Like
I didn't want to push.
Because you didn't want to
that's
push.
it.
No, because they say stuff about all they talk about in the YouTube.
How you
videos
think
about
you're gonna
their
get this
tearing.
baby out?
I don't know.
Girl, you tear, you don't even feel it.
You definitely do not.
You feel everything else, but you're like, I tore, great, staple me up, let's rock and roll.
Yeah.
I don't know. They made it seem like I don't know.
Well, good. You still tight, girl, because you're going to have a second C-section. You ain't got nothing to worry about.
Yeah,
That's
no.
nice.
Yeah, it was definitely. And then I went through Atrium. Sorry if there's. I don't like Atrium. I'm going through Novant this time.
I hated Novant.
Really?
I think it's Novant. I had it was University. It's Novant.
I don't know.
No, I don't know. Atrium, I had a
Y'all
better
are saying
experience.
a lot of names right now. Is
I
that
don't
what
care.
we're doing?
Yeah, I don't care about the
Okay.
hospitals.
Okay,
You know how
cool.
I feel some type of way about.
Atrium just didn't. I had a bad labor experience. I mean, the medicine that they were giving me because I couldn't take since I was in labor for so long, I couldn't have an epidural too quickly.
Yes.
They were giving me this medicine that was messing with his heart rate. They were saying I'm gonna have to
my
C-section
gosh.
because of that. Then it was like, oh well, you might have to have a C-section because you're not dilating.
Yep.
And eventually, it ended up being the medicine affecting him that caused me to have the emergency C-section. So. Yeah, I didn't like it. They messed up. They had first of all, they had a student come in and do my epidural and
Stop
messed it
it.
up. Yep, and they had to administrate it a second time.
You know, so honestly, when they do that, I get frustrated because you're such in a vulnerable spot that they ask you questions and you're like, okay. Like, unless you just mentally, you're like, I don't care what they ask me. The answer's no. Like, no. I'm like, stop asking if new people can come in a room and look at my whole vagina and my naked body on this like, it's a lot.
Yeah.
I gave birth at age 16 and I had an audience. I didn't care. I was like, bring in a camera crew, get this baby out of me. Like, whatever
But it
you
is.
need to do to get this baby. Like, if this is going to help you, sure, bring in your whole team.
It's crazy,
Yeah,
though, honestly.
I was like, I don't care. Now, doing my epidural or something like that I might have felt a different way. But they want to come in and observe. Yes, go ahead.
Yeah,
put
practice
chairs,
on
pass out
somebody
popcorn.
else, like a dummy or something.
How can they?
Like it's
It's
yeah,
medicine.
like
It's the
literally
practice.
like-
It's
They don't
practicing
need to
medicine.
practice on me.
It's called practicing medicine, people.
better be glad
Practicing.
my
Practice
mama
on
wasn't
somebody
there.
else.
Okay, everybody
your
practicing.
mom wasn't in the room or she would have said no.
Yeah, no one could be there except for me and Sage's dad. So
Gosh.
yeah.
Oh, you're right. It was
yes.
2020.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a
I was
fire.
My mom's
wondering,
an
how is this
RN.
the first time I've heard this, but this makes sense.
Yeah.
It was COVID.
It was COVID. My mom actually is an RN, so like
Oh.
none of that probably would have went down if she was there.
100%.
Yeah. This time she took off, she'll be there.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So they've already scheduled it unless something happens
He
beforehand.
he better not come before then.
Just relax. Yeah. goodness.
I already have to have him earlier than I want.
Yeah.
Because him and Sage's birthday is going to be like 5 days apart.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want that. I was hoping like we could do like the end of June, but with the scheduled C-section, they're just not going to let that happen.
Yeah. So they're saying the middle of June, right?
Yeah.
That's what you're doing?
Got to do 39 weeks.
Okay.
So.
Wow.
Yeah. He'll be ready.
Yeah.
You're not ready.
Let's
but
say
he'll be
anything
ready.
before. They say 2 weeks before and after is still considered like an on-time full term.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
38 to 42 weeks is considered
Still.
like regular. It's not really late until you hit 43 weeks, and it's not really early until you get like before 37.
Yeah.
Because it's, there's no exact date of exactly when did the
can
sperm
see.
meet the egg, kind of thing. So you could have your baby before then.
Hopefully not.
You could
Yeah.
have to push.
I had a C-section. And I thought the recovery for both were equally the same because
Really?
you're either tender in two spots, right? You're tender below because all of that just happened, or you're tender like in your lower abdominal area because all that. I'm like, you're still sore. You know what I mean?
You
So, but all the medicine is what like jacks up your body for like trying to just like mentally be prepared to like hold the baby and like stand up and all that. Did
The
you have a hard
standing
time
up is-
peeing after? Because they're like, if you can pee, then you can get discharged. I'm like, girl, I couldn't even pee.
I don't remember that being like a hard thing. Well, at first, they put me on a catheter. So
They did me, yeah. But when they pull that out,
Yeah, then you
I
have
don't
to go
remember.
before you go.
The just standing up and walking to the bathroom was so painful that
Yeah.
I really don't even remember because like I
Yeah.
just remember I couldn't stand up straight.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's all I really remember about
That's
that.
hard.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
I had no
sucks.
C-sections, all natural birth. The last one I had an epidural, and it wasn't great. I mean, it was fine, but I could still feel the pain. It wasn't a great epidural.
Yeah.
Like I felt like this is my
like
last
half.
kid. I'm just like, let's see what it's like. All these other people getting epidural. Let me just see.
What
I was
made
like,
you-
I can feel this. I'm like, I can feel the contraction. She's like, no, you can't. I hate you. I was like, no, I can't. She's like, oh, you're probably just like feeling pressure in the monitor and you looking at the monitor. I'm like, no, ma'am. Like, are you okay?
it is my body. The crap is wrong with people.
She's like, oh my gosh, she can't feel it. I'm like, yes. I said I could feel it. I could feel it. By the time I got to the hospital, though, I was 8 centimeters dilated.
You're ready to
with
go.
Kyra. We left home like 30 minutes from the house to the hospital. We left home. We're driving. It's like early in the morning. My cousin, Toucan, was driving us. Mike's in the back seat, and this man is driving like we on a midnight stroll, like we just, rolling through the hood or something. I'm like, what are you doing? And he kept looking at me like we're stopping at red lights. There is no one on the street. I'm not from Charlotte. So in the middle of the night, ain't nobody on the street over there. I'm like, why are you stopping? He was like, it's a red light. I was like, if you could please drive to the hospital, and if police follow you, let them follow us to the hospital.
I'm about
He's
to have
like,
a
well,
baby.
you seem like you're calm. You're not yelling or nothing. I'm like, I could, but I don't see how that's going to be helpful in the car, So we get to the hospital. I walked to the car, right? Like from my house, I walked to the car. I got in. I was able to walk. When it was time for me to get out of the car, I could not walk. My husband had to catch me from falling. I had to go get a wheelchair. Got up 8 centimeters dilated. She talking about, why did you wait so long? Ma'am, do you think that's what I did? I didn't. I didn't wait so long. I was like, oh, I'm having contractions. Oh, let me go. They only gave me an epidural because I was getting my tubes tied, which still didn't work. Do you hear me?
felt that too?
Did I tell you that this epidural didn't work?
I know,
they put
but-
me to sleep. They had to put me to
Yeah,
sleep.
I'm like, there's no way they can do that.
They had to put me to
Okay,
sleep
good.
because the epidural didn't work. But that's why they gave it to me.
Okay.
Because I was going to have a tubal done. It's like, oh, if she has epidural, we can do it.
Yeah.
But it didn't work. So
Wow.
after I gave birth to Kyra and then I go in to have my tubes tied, to have this tubal ligation, I'm like, oh, I can feel that. I'm like, I can feel you cutting
my
me. She was
gosh.
like, no, you just feel pressure. I was like, no, I feel a sharp thing picking at my skin.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, but it wasn't super painful, but it's just, I shouldn't be able to tell
Feel
the difference
anything.
between a sharp object and a soft object. It should all be numb. I shouldn't be able to tell that. And so then she was like, oh. She was like, you know what? We're going to have to stop. We're going to have to put her under. I was like, yep, thanks so much. And the last thing I remember her saying is like, oh my gosh, your teeth are so nice.
And you're like, ah.
I didn't love that I got put to sleep afterwards because it messes with your short-term memory. So I didn't have a chance. Like, I don't have the same memories about Kyra and like holding her and stuff like that. Those memories are just gone. I don't remember what she looked like holding her right at the hospital. And so I hate that. But, you know, I had surgery right after. So it's just, it is what it is. But I hated that. That's the part that I hated about it.
It is funny when you get put to sleep, though, because you really do think to yourself, it's not going to work. I'm gonna fight this sleep. Like, I'm not
I
gonna
don't
fall
think
asleep.
that.
Oh, I did the whole time. They're like, you're going to listen in 5, 4. You know, they do it like a countdown weird thing. And I'm like, I'm here. I'm awake. And then I'm like, and then I wake up and they're like, it's done. You've been done for hours. You're like, what the crap happened to me?
No, that's what first of all, I love anesthesia. What are you talking about?
No, I just fear of not waking up.
I'm going to die peaceful. I'm going to meet my maker. I know the Lord,
my
Lord and Savior.
But I'm like, I also just had a child, or I'm having a child.
I hear what you're saying, but if it's my time, that is the best way for me to go.
Yeah, that's crazy.
If I'm going to go.
By the way, I don't know why I'm saying all this because they were like, I guess you won't feel anything. I was awake during the C-section, but I was numb.
Yeah.
I think I was loopy.
So
I wasn't. I'm like, what just happened? I actually didn't go to sleep, but like that is what they do. They give you all this stuff to like numb you, calm you, and you're out of it. Yeah, I didn't go to sleep. I ain't never been asleep. I've never had. I'm literally processing as I say it. I'm like, I've actually never been to sleep, but that's what they do
so
you.
I just went with you because I thought, well, maybe you had a surgery too after you had your baby, and so that's what you were concerned about. But why would they
give me gas in there and like do that and like calm me down?
Maybe it's not gas. Maybe it's oxygen. Because
yeah, it's oxygen.
Yeah.
So I had cruised 9 years ago. My memory is obviously horrible.
So you've never had anesthesia though?
No, I've never been to sleep.
Oh, I have my wisdom teeth cut out. I had to have them cut out. They were like, we could
sleep for that.
They asked if they said they could shoot it up. Let me tell you something.
Shoot it up?
Like, you know, with this needle. But do you know what? They're like, it'll be numb. You won't feel it. But you feel the needle before it goes numb.
Yeah, that hurts.
I'm good. No,
Alan, this is Paige.
Put me to sleep.
Hi.
You know, age gap, bet. Oh, what are other words you know?
BET.
What is BET? I don't use that. What is BET?
So my nephew is young as well, and he texted Alan, like, Alan was like, see you in the morning, and he said, bet. Alan pondered it for a minute.
Oh my gosh.
And he was like, he said, what is BET? And I was like, bet, like, okay. And he was like, Amber, stop it. That's not. He was like, all I know is like Black Entertainment Television. I was
my gosh.
Go ahead and say your word.
Yeah, saying all
Age gap. Like my aunt literally has done that to me before. I'm like, I'm not sending you an acronym. That's not. She's like, what does that mean? I was looking up. Like she Googles the acronyms that I sent her.
It.
Yes, and I'm like. One time I sent her something, I don't even know what it was, but I'm like, that's not an acronym, auntie. That's not what that is. So that's hilarious. Yes, people do say bed as in like okay.
Now Alan knows and he uses it frequently. Yeah. You do, in a funny way. Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, it is really funny.
Goodness. Oh, this face of hers, this little attitude she got talking about people actually do use it. That's right there. You be doing too much for me.
Yeah, give some history. How did you meet Courage? And give me a little bit because in what you call courage, like give us all that because it's honestly, it's really cool to see y'all's relationship because Courage really could be your mom.
Yeah, I don't call her Courage. I call her Miss Melina. Because
yeah, you really do. Yeah. Yeah.
I don't think I would ever call her Courage, but
it's very weird that y'all call me Miss Melina.
Best friend.
Yeah. I just tell people like, oh, when I describe her to people, I'm like, this is my adult best friend. And now that I am an adult, people be looking at me weird. And they're like, what do you mean you're an adult best friend? I'm like, well, and then I have to tell them this whole story. So, yeah, I met Miss Melina at MICS, which is the school that I went to. I guess can I say that?
Yeah, that's where you went. It's fine. I worked at MICS. It was a great experience for me.
Was it really?
It was. Yes, as a teacher, girl. Yeah, please.
Anyways, I met her because she was my Spanish teacher, and I would see that she eats lunch by herself all the time, and I'm just like, why are you always eating lunch by yourself? Like, do you not have friends? Like, I didn't understand.
She was feeling really bad.
Yeah,
and I'm like, well, I'm gonna eat with you. And so, like, I literally started going in there and eating lunch with her. And
y'all were like in a room.
Yeah, her classroom.
Oh, so you walked by her room and saw her by herself. Girl, that probably meant she wanted to be by herself.
Door closed.
And locked. She's like, no,
that's exactly what it was.
I'm thinking y'all are in the cafeteria. She's like in the corner by herself. No. Courage is actually like, I have 30 minutes to myself.
Yes.
Yeah. Paige is like, mm-mm.
No, you don't.
I also did not have a planning period that year. Okay.
So that was your time to plan.
That was my time to be alone.
So what was planning period then?
I didn't have one. I had classes all the time.
No, what does that even mean?
It's a time that the state requires for you to not teach a class. So your teachers are not teaching, like if there's 6 periods in a day, they're not teaching 6. They're teaching 5.
Oh, okay.
There's 4 periods, they're teaching 3. And so I started during the school year. The school year had already begun. Sometimes you are in a situation as an admin, I guess, where you have to have a teacher. They need to give up their planning period for whatever reason, but I didn't realize that when I started. And so when I started, I did not have a planning period. So my lunchtime was my time to not have people in my room. It's the only little bit of time that I got.
Well,
and
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
And now that when I think about it, I really don't know what drew me to even do that, because I mean I hadn't done that with other teachers, so I don't really know what it was. But once I started eating there, and that was like, this my girl, I'm gonna eat lunch with you all the time.
It was my sparkling personality, guys.
Did you go get food in the cafeteria and then come back, and so people saw you leave, or you went straight there with your food?
We didn't have a cafeteria.
Yeah, you keep saying cafeteria. That's cute.
It wasn't.
Not then. They do now.
They do.
So you had to pack your food.
Yes, you have.
Okay. So everybody ate wherever.
Yeah. Like you would eat lunch in the trailers or your whatever classrooms or whatever.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And there were teachers who had an open door policy, and they opened their door up and they allowed and wanted kids to come in. Those teachers also had planning periods, which I did not have. So I did not open my door for these little kids to be coming in my classroom to do anything. So y'all go down the hall somewhere, but she did not. She came into the room. And, it wasn't my first year teaching. I had been teaching for a while by the time I was there. I had taught at MICS before that too, but I didn't stay. They offered me a position. It just wasn't a good fit. So this time they were under new administration. It was a really good fit, and so I came over, but I came during the school year. And I did like to be alone. And she talking about, you don't have any friends. I'm like, I do have friends.
My friends don't work here.
Yeah. I'm like, they don't work here.
So what did y'all talk about? Like, why?
Oh my gosh. She said she was going to be quiet. She lied.
Yeah.
She was like, I won't even bother you. I'm not even going to say anything. Just let me sit in here. And then she would be in there, sitting in there, talking.
She should have knew I was lying. Why would I come in there and be quiet? I would just be telling her my business.
Yes.
Really just telling her my business, honestly.
All of it.
All my business.
Yeah, and as a high schooler, there's a lot. Because you have a lot. There's
and things
so
that
much.
You should not be telling me. I'm not your mama. What is wrong with this little girl? She's like, but Miss Molina. But the thing is, I didn't want anyone in my room. I wanted to be by myself. But as a teacher, I do love students. I have a real honest love for students, not necessarily during my planning or my quiet time, but I do love them. And so my first year teaching is what I think really made me the best teacher. Shout out to New Smyrna Beach High School for real, because my first year teaching was at the school where I graduated, and one of my first classes was an AVID class. which they have here, or they used to have in CMS. I don't know
They have something
if
like
the
that,
program
yeah.
is gone or whatever, but it was a really great program, and it was for students who had really high aptitude tests but did poorly in class, right? So they were probably going to be the first to graduate, the first to go to college if they had the right thing. They didn't do well in class because they didn't have good notes, but they were really smart. They just needed support. And so as an AVID teacher, my training was to be an advocate for my student. Like, my job is, yes, to make sure they do their work, but my real job is like to come alongside them and help them and make sure they get what they need, and talk to other teachers on their behalf, go to administration on their behalf, talk to their parents, like whatever, and build a relationship. They were really heavy on like building relationship with them. And I loved my AVID kids, like loved my AVID babies. I would go back every year after I left Florida to go and see them and have lunch with them. Absolutely loved them.
Aw.
Still love them. Shout out to my AVID babies.
You really do talk about your students a lot.
Yes,
and
'cause I
like
love
even
them.
like real time. Like something will come up and you'll share an experience. You'll be like, oh my gosh, and then I saw their Instagram and they were doing this.
I know.
I think that's really cool.
I
So
love them. It's so
Yeah.
crazy. And I think that's that is probably what it was, right? Like, I did not want to be bothered, but I wasn't like, oh my gosh, I hate kids, you know? and that is sad. It's a sad thing, but
No.
we're going to keep it a buck.
Yeah.
There are teachers who are in classrooms, but if it seems like you hate kids, look at your cat. Now,
I'm
see,
trying to
I
see
told
what's
her,
in there
I
that he
told her to put
it a
that
boy or
cat up.
girl?
it's a boy.
And
He
it's
was
right, y'all
interested
can't
when he
see
was
it right
down there.
now, but if the camera goes out,
I know. I'm like, please do not hit my camera.
I don't know what's in there that he would like, but
He is in your bag.
I
it's
could
new.
see he was eyeing it. Yeah, that bag is new.
Yeah, so he's like, I don't know what it is, but
Yeah.
he's a very. Oh my gosh! It just Oh, I'm so nervous. Rainy, get down. Come on, Ray. Come on. Oh gosh.
Ray say this is his time for
Yeah.
a debut also.
Yeah.
Debut.
Yeah.
Debut.
Down.
That is
down,
so
down.
hilarious.
Yeah, I can just see my camera falling, and I'm like, okay, we cannot replace that thing. Okay. I think that you probably were attracted to go into Courage's room is because of her, like,
Yeah.
she's warm to the students. Her personality is really, like, you just didn't feel any type of way.
Yeah.
And y'all bonded. Clearly, because now how old are you?
26.
You were how old in her class?
I met you in 8th grade or 9th grade?
Ninth
Ninth
grade.
grade. So
Ninth
I
grade.
was 14 or 15 when I
What
met her.
teacher ever stays in touch with students this long?
For a decade.
That's wild.
Yeah, it happens. I'm going to say this. There are some really amazing teachers out there, for all the ones that
Keep in
that
touch
keep
with
in
even
touch,
kids
yes.
after like
Because,
graduation.
First of all, we spent more time with them than their parents do at that age. And that's just what it is.
Yeah, that's
We are
true.
with you 5 days a week. We see you start to finish. We see more of who you are, and you acting up more than your parents. You put on a Ritz for them, and then you come to school and act like you don't have parents. Come here, act like you don't know who your mom is, because then you want to come to my classroom and be like, oh, why you had to call my mom? Well, I had to call your mom because you was acting up. You
Yeah.
know you live with her, right? And so
Yeah.
we spend more time with them, so much more time with them. We see
That's
them
sweet.
all day long, right?
Yeah.
So
A
I think it's an easy
teacher
thing.
at Maddox's awards thing, he said it was like the middle school principal. He's like, we have your kids 900 and something hours. It was 900 and something, maybe 30 hours. And I was like, you have my kids over 900 hours. Like, I felt some type of way about that.
Yeah. Because
I
think
was
when they're
like,
home
oh
during
my-
the school year, that time think your own time. You're driving them to school. It's a very short amount of time.
Yes.
You're not really like engaging. It's like, we're getting ready and this is what
Yeah.
you have to do. And then you take them to school, you drop them off. When they come home, what do they have to do? Homework. They're
know what?
outside
Let's talk
playing,
about it.
Right? And then they got to go to bed.
Yeah, and let's talk about that because I really, you know how I get a little. I'm like, you know what? I feel some type of way. I was like, you got my kid 900 something hours, and y'all have to send homework home? Absolutely not. So you saying I got less time with my kid? You got them 900
You
something hours
need
in
the
the school
home-
year? I don't need the homework. I actually
need the
don't.
homework.
No, because by the time I get home and my kids want to have fun and they want to play in their yard and then they want to go do their sports, you think they have time to be doing this kiki work that
Yeah,
they
I
could have
hear
done in
what-
class? Because there's so much wasted time. I'm not even lying. I'm not even being funny, but there is a lot of wasted time in the school day. You know what I mean? Because we have
And
a
what-
lot of like
doing what?
Well,
I don't know what y'all do at your school, but I would love to hear this because I'm gonna tell you, it wasn't no time. We ain't had no downtime.
Do they fill up all the hours? 100%. But there's like, I don't know what they call them, but there's like a class where you can like be on the computer. Then they have like go to the gym, and then they have like all these other little things. On the
computers?
Well, they have like a computer class, and I think they have like another class where they can like do any makeup type work or whatever. But I'm like, really, y'all could be done with all your schoolwork in 4 hours, and then we could come pick you up if we want to be honest.
And then when your kids don't know how to do something, then you're also looking at the classroom like, girl, bye.
No,
they need homework, and I'm gonna tell you why they need homework. One, I'm going to say this. I said this to Paige on the way over here. These kids, this attention span is not the same as it was before. The ability to memorize and things is not the same as it was before. And I get like, oh, well, we don't want that rote memorization. But the problem is you have to have some basic foundational knowledge in order to build on. And they don't have the brain span for that because they weren't required to build it. Right? They have all these things there. What are y'all talking about right now, you young parents? Y'all hate Coco Melon. I don't even know Coco Melon.
Oh, yeah. My kids were past Coco Melon.
But these young people are like, it's not good. It's
melon.
because it's too fast and it does something to their attention span, like all these things. And I don't know. My kids
Do you know
what
old. Einstein was? Like,
yes. Baby Einstein.
Yeah,
My
baby
kid
Einstein.
is a Storybots kid. So.
Storybot. Yeah, that's big too.
I love Storybots for Sage. It's very... He's been watching it since before he was 1, but it's very like breaking down and very informational. It's not so much ABC type of show at all. So I love it. It's not Coco Melon.
Is Storybot similar to, Magic School Bus when we were growing up?
Not when she was growing up.
Yeah,
I did. Yes, when I was.
You didn't know Magic School Bus?
Yes,
okay.
I did.
Okay,
because she takes you like in. You get on the bus and you go like into the flower and the yeah.
It's very much so like
I
that.
love that.
I like that too.
I love that.
That is actually what it's like. That's such. I never.
That's
put
funny,
that
isn't
together.
it?
Yeah.
That's
exactly what Storybots is like.
Mm-hmm.
But you see what I'm saying? There are not a lot of shows like that.
Yeah,
there's not a lot of
ABC
programs that are like that. And so the question is, if you're not going to get homework, what is the thing that needs to happen so that your kid can hold on to that information and build on that information?
Yeah, like homework, like I get we need to go over spelling. Like if you struggle with spelling, yes, we need to go over that. If you struggle with like multiplication, yes, we can spend time doing that. Memory verses for Christian schools, that's very common. They have a Bible verse. I love that because it gets your family in the Bible.
So what's
and, like,
the homework you have a problem with?
It's just the stupid like fill in the blanks and like the math and just the dumb crap that I'm like. Say, yes, it's
dear
just,
God, did you just say dumb junk and then after that you said math?
Yeah.
Girl,
yeah, it's a lot. Even Alan and I agree on this. If he was in here, he would have
my back. Because Alan agreed.
No, but it really is. Like, I'm just like, why are we doing this? Like, why? This is not where we need to spend our time.
I am not at all saying that the way the educational system is set up, like I think it is great. I do not think that. I am not delusional. What I am saying though is the small changes you're talking about would require a large change, and it requires more parents being involved. And I'm not saying
every
that,
parent is,
and I'm not mad. Every parent cannot be
100%. I know.
Right? Some people are working all day. Right? There's no time for that after school, and so I'm sending you to school to learn. You need to do that, and if you need extra help, they need to send it. Also, as a parent, I did not go to school for education. Just a general parent, right? I'm not talking about me. I didn't, so how should I know what my kids should be doing or what they should be doing or how I can help them? Homework is a way to help you help them. Do you understand what I'm saying?
I get it.
Now, there are lots of ways to get around that, right? But I'm not getting into how teachers should be teaching their classrooms. But I think that practice for a lot of things is required. You cannot learn another language without practicing. You can't learn these mathematical facts without practicing. So when are you going to practice? Because I'm in school teaching you the new concept and we're working on a thing, right? We're working on this new concept. And so now you need time to practice. Let's not even bring in the fact that we have state testing to contend with.
Oh my gosh, it's
right?
a lot.
So now as a teacher, I don't have the freedom of setting the pace of my classroom to match where my students are.
Yeah.
Because I'm the first one on the ground. I'm in the room. I know what my kids need and what my kids don't need. That's why I said MICS was the best school I worked at. Because I was in charge of my classroom. Didn't nobody run my room. No administrator, didn't nobody run Miss Molina's room. I had the freedom to do what I needed to do for my students. And as a result, I didn't have to have all those curves. I inherited a Spanish department that required 30% curve. My kids did not require that while I was at MICS, right? Across the board, it was not required. Kids who came through Miss Molina's Spanish class 1, 2, 3, or 4, that was not a requirement. Why? Because I could do what I needed in my classroom for my students. I could make adjustments. I could make different arrangements. I could choose what I taught and how I taught in the classroom. I also did not have a state mandated test. For the record, when I did, though, because I worked for CMS, my kids beat the average, just so we clear. So I don't want nobody to think I was just out there doing bobo. Because when I did work for CMS, my kids beat the average because I taught Spanish at the middle school level, but for high school credit.
Can you speak some Spanish right now to us? Say a sentence and then tell us what you said. Oh, I want to see if Paige knows what you're saying.
Ella no.
Let's see what type of teacher.
What she's saying.
Sí, yo sé. Pero es interesante porque tu novio es hispanohablante.
It sounds like she just made that up.
And I don't know what she's saying because I just don't know. I know, you know what she taught me? Como te amo.
What's that mean?
Me amo Paige.
Oh, my name is Paige.
Yeah.
I said it's interesting that she doesn't know any Spanish because her man is a Spanish speaker.
Oh,
roll your eyes.
Stop it.
Sí, es la verdad.
I don't know what she's saying, but one
yes,
thing
it's
about
the truth.
That's fine. He doesn't do anything. I have asked him to teach me Spanish. He does nothing.
You know what?
Spoke
I will
Spanish
give
to you,
I will give
it
him
would
credit.
be different.
You're a difficult student, so shout out to him because I know it can't be easy. He probably
He's not
tried.
a teacher.
He
So
tried.
He never tried.
He did his best.
He
I
never
know
tried.
it.
I think he likes
she
it.
resistant.
His
You
mom
know what-
does not speak English, and I think he likes that.
No, I don't. Don't say "oh" with her. She just making it up.
No, I have to talk to his mom like mainly through text message would translate.
Oh, stop it.
No, she will sometimes text me and say, "What does this say?"
Because sometimes it doesn't make sense. Like it doesn't translate. But
Yeah, because they kind of make up their own
that
verbiage,
translator
that
is just
slang.
not. The translator is just
Spanish is just backwards to me. I literally MICS makes you take Spanish the whole time you're there, pretty much.
Okay.
That's not true.
I had to take
Did
it
y'all
all the way
actually,
until I
were y'all at the
graduated.
same place? Interesting.
I don't remember her being there when I was in the 6th grade, but I literally took it from 6th grade maybe until the 10th grade.
Yeah,
And you don't know any Spanish?
And not to add, I had to take it in college too. I had to take it for at least
Do you
2 or
feel
3
like
years.
when you just did what you needed to do in class and
To
you
pass
didn't
it.
okay.
Yeah, you have to have a desire.
Desire
That's
to
the other
wanna-
thing. You have to have a desire to learn the
It's
language.
too backwards.
You have to have a desire to learn the language.
But Spanish, I think
That's
Spanish
it.
would be easy for me if I studied it because everything sounds and
Exactly.
spelled like how
I'm
it sounds.
an excellent speller in Spanish. English, I have to look it up a little bit.
Yeah.
But in Spanish, baby, your
You
girl
know
can
those
spell
reels,
something.
Those reels that pop up, and then they'll I think it's like somebody Spanish or whatever. I don't. Do you say Spanish or do you say Mexican? I don't know. Anyways, but they'll pop up on a reel and they'll say like, "How do you say XYZ?" And to us as a regular person that speaks English and spells English, I'm like, that is not what that says. But a Spanish person saying it, you're like, oh, I can see how they got that.
Exactly.
I can't. I'll have to find a reel like that.
Like if it says xylophone, right? If somebody writes that, one xylophone starts with an X, right? So if I write that down in
it's a
English
Z
and somebody
in Spanish. That's what they want to say.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It is spelled the way it sounds. There are very few.
Not everything.
99%.
2 L's is a Y.
But the two L's
two
is
L's
a
is a
letter.
Y.
But the 2 L's are a letter in and of themselves.
I don't
which
like
you
it.
learn, right?
Yeah.
Like a U and then a W. You learn L and A. It's not the same letter. It's not 2 L's. It is its own letter, right? So if I learn the alphabet and I learn the alphabet sounds, then I can pretty much sound anything out in Spanish. 95% of the words you will be able to sound out and say correctly in Spanish. You will be able to spell them correctly in Spanish. That's it. I don't care what you say. That's what it is.
Yeah.
In English,
Please, English is hard.
just think about when you learned English. How and when do you learn? And we talk about this because I volunteer with students that are from other countries, not just Spanish-speaking countries, but from like from like Rwanda or the Congo or Zimbabwe, right, or Vietnam, and when they start learning English, their English rules don't make sense. They learn the alphabet, but there is no place that you learn PH is F. Which right? Is so stupid. Which makes no sense. Yeah. It makes no right. Like those things don't make sense, and so it's like, oh, I learned all these sounds, but now those sounds. Okay, so that's broken. That's different. It's not the same, right? It's not like that. It's not like that in Spanish.
It's like that for me with Spanish.
Yeah, because you ain't tried, but it's cool.
I don't blame you. It's okay.
She said 0 out of 10. First of all, I started taking Spanish in 6th grade. One of the things that I don't love is people assume that because my husband is Puerto Rican that he taught me Spanish. It's so annoying.
He doesn't speak well. You speak better than him.
No, his first language.
You always say that though. He doesn't.
His first language is Spanish. First of all, that was the first language he learned.
So it's, So it's mine.
You know what I'm saying? So is your right.
Yeah,
that's Spanish is his first language.
But do you know that he will say that that's not his first language?
That's what Mike
and
says
that his first language is English.
That's what Mike says all the time. He's like, I went to school, I learned English. I'm like, boy, be quiet. I'm like, you.
His parents speak Spanish.
Yeah,
like,
Mike's first
how
language.
was that your first language? It just
he went to school.
Me.
He was born in New York. He went to school in PR, and he was in Puerto Rico, and he was there till like 1st grade. So do you know what they speak in kindergarten? Right. So when he came over to the United States of America and he was in Florida, you know, I'm like, boy, I don't even know why
ESL.
And he that
you
right
just
there,
say all the time he doesn't speak it.
He does not use it.
Okay. Yeah, he doesn't want to.
He does not use it. He doesn't use it. He will use it if he needs to use it, right? So if he is providing a service to someone who speaks Spanish as their first language or who prefers to speak in Spanish, then he will speak in Spanish to
them.
He
knows what they're saying.
Yes, he can do that. He's fine with that. Yeah. That is his mother.
Y'all should have a challenge one weekend. We're only speaking Spanish.
Well, we're not going to speak. Then we'll be quiet then, because you use it or lose it. And I haven't taught.
Well, what did you say a second ago?
I mean, I just said it's interesting that I said it's very interesting because her boyfriend is a Spanish speaker.
I want to know about your boyfriend.
It's all gone. It's just I don't have all of it.
And he does speak Spanish only really to, well, anybody else that's Hispanic, he speaks Spanish. I don't know if he like assumes like, oh, they're Spanish, so I need to speak to them like they're Hispanic.
For a lot of people, it's like a camaraderie, right? It's like people who are from New York, please. When two people who are from New York are not in New York, and they can hear New York, they're like, what borough? What borough, son? I'm just kidding, New York. Don't come for me. But that's how they are. They be like, Brooklyn, right? When they see,
they get excited.
Yes. So it's just like, oh, we are instantly connected in this foreign land. New York is really like the South is foreign, right? We are connected in this foreign land to each other. I think that's more of what it is because a lot of Spanish speakers are.
If I spoke Spanish and I went anywhere and knew somebody else did, I would be so excited. I'd be like, yes,
yeah.
I get to talk to you.
We go to a Mexican restaurant, he's talking to the waitress in Spanish.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
So how did y'all meet? Give me the tea on this relationship because I don't know anything.
Not y'all trying to clock my tea on this podcast.
Clock. And that's what y'all do right there.
Is this it?
Is that it?
What does that even mean?
Yeah, I don't know what
that
means.
know. I mean, it doesn't mean anything.
I want an explanation for everything.
That's just what they do. I can't explain that. That's just what they do. It's like clock it. I don't know. That's just something. People just be starting stuff. And
and
if they like it,
it's a whole thing. We should start something. We'll figure it out. Tell us about your guy first, though.
So
then we can say age gap. Age gap.
Oh gosh. So really I feel like he tried to talk to me for a long time, but I didn't really like take it serious because like in college, if you weren't in Greensboro and you were a guy, then not much luck with me. You needed to be in Greensboro.
Why is that though?
Oh, honey.
I mean, honestly, why?
Because I want to be in person.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Not
and so he was in like Charlotte.
Yeah.
Okay. And you were living. Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, but I'm not like, if I'm coming back home, it's for like a weekend or for like breaks. Like, it's not real time. My time is like,
How did he even know you existed? That's what I like to get there.
It is.
So he was
Social
trying
media.
to talk to you. So he
No
was slid in your
way.
DMs?
yeah.
Wow.
We have like old messages.
He slid into your DMs.
Yeah, but I
What
mean,
did
it
you
wasn't
post about?
anything.
Get your,
Am
get
I
your
yelling? Oh
You
my
are
gosh. I'm
so
sorry.
excited.
First of all, because are you kidding? Because I did not know that.
Okay, good. This
Wait,
is all
I don't
new
even
news.
know
This
what
is all-
he said because it was so
I
long
want to know
ago.
what was the like. Did
How
he slide
did he
in on a
find
post?
your videos?
Yeah, that's what I want to know. Like,
I don't know. It was Facebook when we first of all, it's Facebook days. That's how old it was when he first tried to talk to me. But like I said, I didn't really entertain it. And then when I like came back home after graduating from college, I was back home and I think I slid in his DMs.
okay, did they say she spun the block?
You know how Facebook was
Did
only
you spin?
for-
Is that what they say? Spun the block.
Yeah,
I
I guess
never
that's
heard
kind of
that.
like spin the block. You haven't?
No.
Yeah, that's like kind of like spinning the block. Yeah.
So you know how Facebook was like just for school kids, like college kids? Was that when it was that he found you on Facebook, or it was after that?
It was probably before college, actually.
No reels. It was literally like you would post like, I'm going to the grocery store. You know, dumb stuff on Facebook. Back in the
Facebook
day?
was so dumb for kids back then. Like you added anybody. Like I
Yes.
didn't like actually like know him.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I didn't know him. Like, oh, you see like people are in Charlotte, you have mutual
Whoa.
friends, you just like add people
Just
on
a
Facebook.
new person.
Yeah. It's not like social
Stranger
media is dumb
danger.
for like kids, yeah.
Get it?
So yeah, and we probably had a casual conversation, but like I said, I really didn't entertain it. And then when I did slide into DMs, he entertained it, and we were talking, and he would come and bring me. The very first time we actually met in person, I was working with my stepdad, which is in like the Concord area. Yeah, and he was like, "Okay, let's get food," and so we got food together, and we had
Where'd y'all go eat?
Razzoos.
Oh, that's
I
so
love
good.
Razzoos.
Do y'all really?
I like gator tail.
I'm not
Me and
like,
have never been back there. We
That's
went
because
there.
your palate is basic.
but Razzoos is a
basic.
chain. So I mean, if you're trying to,
Exactly.
Is it a chain?
I don't know, but it's
Razzoos is
basic.
a chain.
I don't think that it's a chain. Let's Google that.
I'm Lassie. Did you love that?
Yeah, and
text?
tell your mama don't be texting me nothing she found on Google, okay?
First of all,
Thanks, Dana.
You know, as soon as my mom's heard something, because she is going to send you something immediately.
She must have been watching it late at night because
Yeah.
I don't know what time she sent that text. I was like, Dana better leave me alone.
Yeah, my mom is team like, let me Google this and send them facts because they seem unsure. So y'all went to Razzoos and then you went back to work.
Yeah, and I went back to work, and we continued to talk, and he would bring me lunch and stuff.
Did he pay for your food?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a big deal.
Yeah.
Okay, that's awesome.
He definitely paid for my food. He is
That's sweet.
definitely
Harry, it might be a chain.
because I mean it's giving Chili's but spicy New Orleans food. That's all
It is. It is. You know, but they have things like if you just
Well,
want
first
like a
of
little
all,
kick to
it's
your
only
food.
in 3 states, and there's only one here in
don't
North
nobody
Carolina.
want to eat there.
I love Razzoos. Shout out to Razzoos.
It's not good.
That
I
crawfish,
can't believe y'all both said
First of all,
y'all
that
loved
crawfish etouffee.
I mean, I've
because
probably
she
only been there 7 times. But
She does not like food with flavor.
I don't like exotic food.
Please stop calling it
Razzoos
exotic.
is not exotic.
She calls
Crawfish
anything that's
is.
not chicken and rice exotic.
If it's crawfish, and you know, I seen
I
a
don't eat
TikTok,
crawfish.
and they were like, "Oh, I ate a whole bag of crawfish, and I didn't know they were pregnant."
I don't know. I don't know why you're
Ew.
looking at me like that.
Because you're eating pregnant crawfish, probably.
It's first of all, it is chopped up and sauteed, and it's smothered in,
I'm so
in
grossed out.
gravy. So I don't know what you're talking about. Like I don't know what you're talking
so
about.
it's not like the ones
Do you eat
gotta-
shrimp?
Only baby
Okay.
shrimp. Only baby shrimp because
And
the
there's
other
no-
ones
and the-
remind me of bugs.
And poop is not cleaned out of baby
Poop
shrimp.
is
If you
in
get
there.
those fried, they don't devein those.
You know the black like little line on it?
yeah, that's
It's
poop. And they just bread it, and you just eating that.
Yeah.
I don't eat that very much, and I won't
What
be
else
eating
though?
it anymore.
Oh, it's the fish eggs. I don't eat it. Never had it.
Caviar.
I don't. It is
Caviar.
caviar.
Yeah, I gross. Anytime people.
But roe on sushi, those little orange.
Ugh.
Those little orange.
yeah, I don't get
beads
those anymore on there. I don't think they put that on mine anymore.
anymore. But that is
That used to be a thing.
That's egg.
I only eat
Yeah,
one
fish eggs.
sushi roll. It's
Yeah,
called
I'm
a
like-
crazy California roll.
I was gonna say I know it was in California,
and it's deep fried.
Yeah. It's basically rice and crab or
Right.
something. Yeah.
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 And that's what she likes, rice and chicken. That's it. Like, just, so don't listen to her when she's saying something's not good. Okay. So how long did y'all talk? This is so weird. How long did you guys like communicate on social media before y'all met up for food?
In person.
Not very long.
Like a week, just like a week, a couple days, 2 weeks.
I would say maybe a couple weeks, because when we first met, he was doing what he does now, which is construction out of town.
I love that. Do you know why I love that?
Why?
Because it just shows that he knows how to work. When men know how to fix things, you're just like, oh, that's awesome. It's not like this extra tick, but kind of, you're like, oh, if we end up being a thing and something breaks at the house, you can fix it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I mean, it's fine if men are like on the computer. I ain't coming for y'all, but
well, I don't care what nobody say. I can like what I like, and I like my man to be handy.
Yeah, I also just married think that's cool.
Man.
Like, and he's willing to like. You know, I don't know. It's just different.
It is different. First of all,
I like problem solving.
We are lying. Let's just.
What?
We don't know what's different. Okay, so
because that's all I know.
Because we have both been with our husbands for our whole life, so we don't know what it's like to be with a guy that does not know how to fix something. We don't know. So we're just talking. We know nothing.
Yeah.
Well, my generation, there's a lot of men that do not know how to fix things, or they're just not very problem solving. Like, even if you don't know how to fix it, I need you to know somebody who knows how to do this.
Right.
So, and it's not a lot of them out there.
Yeah, there's not.
Yeah.
So that's construction.
Unfortunate. So that's good.
Yeah, he works in construction. And when we first met, that's what it was. But he was coming back to Charlotte, and I don't know like what made him want to do that, but he came back to Charlotte to go to CPCC. He was doing I want to say he was doing something in school like project managing. It did not last very long because he is so used to the money from construction.
Yeah.
That he was like, yup, I'm not going to be working this part-time job and going to school.
That is funny that you say that. Alan went to CP for one semester and dropped out. Yeah. Because he said, no, I need to work and make money. Yeah. I'm going back to my full-time job.
Yeah.
And now he obviously did well. I don't think you have to have school to do well. You just have to have your mind made up of what you're going to do.
Yeah.
Cool.
So he did that. And so at first it was like all fun because I'm like, oh, he's here. But when he went back to construction, I hated it. Now I don't really mind it because I'm like, okay, it's not really that bad, like having the space apart or whatever. Yeah. But, and I'm used to it. Like, when he goes out of town now, like, I used to be so, like...
Oh, he travels a lot for work then.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I used to be really mean about it. But now I'm just like, okay,
praise God, you grew up.
Like,
did she? You'll probably have another week where you're pissed off.
Yeah. I really don't mind it now. I just want to know, like, how long are you going to be there? Right. And, like, what to expect. Like, okay, you're going to be this place for how long? I really don't like when he goes to the places that there's a time difference. But, yeah, like, if he's, like, in really Seattle or something.
No way. Okay. Yeah.
But other than that, then, yeah. So that was pretty much the gist for a long time. Like, he was in, I think it was like you said, probably like a semester worth of school. Yeah. And then he went back. Yeah, we dated. How long did we date? Until we dated for a long time. We did take a break.
Yeah, that happens.
Yeah.
Who called that?
Me.
You did.
I just like to go on record. First of all, I did not like it. I did not approve it. I did not support it at all. Not in any way.
Was it childish? Or form. Is that one?
I was just like, girl, get a grip. Yeah, I hadn't even met him.
We got engaged.
Yeah, I hadn't even met him.
Is this who you were engaged to?
Yes.
Oh,
we're back together.
My gosh. I didn't know that. No.
Yeah.
Stop it. Mm-hmm. This is a good man for you.
Ciao.
Because I know stuff.
Yeah, Lord help us.
This is great, Paige.
Yes.
Yeah.
She's like, I don't even know why you act like that. I'm like, girl.
Everybody loves him. Like,
before I never met this child a day in my life.
So what's going to happen?
I just met him, but I hadn't met him before, and I was team.
Can I see a picture?
I'm team him all day.
Oh, your phone.
Oh, I got one.
We'll see it after.
Don't worry.
Okay. So tell me the tea. So yeah, you were engaged.
We were engaged.
Now what's going to happen? Do you want to talk about that?
We were just talking about that on the ride here.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited.
So what's going to happen? I can't wait to hear this.
Okay, so
I'm very proud of you.
We talked about like the fact, like, what's the status, right? Because, like, we've talked about, like, being back together, and, like, if someone asks, like, if he's, like, I had to get my car fixed.
Right.
And he's going to refer to me as his fiance.
Yeah.
I want to know what picture it is.
Oh, this is the shower.
Yeah, that's the baby shower. That looked like a prom.
I'm so excited.
It did not look like a prom.
Well, you did. You looked like it was going to
Go on
homecoming.
TikTok and
The
look what
theme
those
was
girls
so
wear.
good.
You think so?
Yeah,
Yes,
the theme was
the
super
I
cute.
told her that immediately.
I picked it.
First of all, he's a cutie, okay? And I just cannot. I'm like, why did you break his heart?
Oh my God.
That's really sad.
Clock that, T.
I don't know if I broke his heart. I'm not going to lie.
First of all, where are these shoes from you got on?
The
Those are
shoes on?
so cute.
I have those on right now.
You do?
Yes. They're from Shein.
Oh, I need to get that. I've never ordered from them.
Really?
I love
Not?
that. No, I haven't. Angel
Meanwhile,
says that all the time.
she's ordered from Temu.
I did. Temu actually sent me stuff though. That's a big thing. Like
Yeah.
they were like, "Well, we'll send you all this stuff or whatever, and do a promotion, do the code." And it was fine. I got stuff for my cats. It was great. And you know, it's very cheap stuff. You know, it's from China. I mean, it's not terrible.
So is your iPhone.
Yeah, 90% of the stuff in my house is from China, so it's fine.
I'm weird.
No, those shoes are so cute.
Thank you.
Okay, yeah, I'm really sad that you broke his heart.
Yeah, I'm Temu.
It was just like a communication thing. Like, in the relationship, like when the communication was not there, I also think it's because of the way he grew up, okay?
Oh.
So the way he grew up is like, it's only him, his mom, and his dad, really. And like, they're together, but their communication is just like, like I've had the opportunity to be very up and close and personal of what that looks like, and like I can see, and like my family is very like family oriented, so we like do a lot of stuff together. They're not doing that, and it's like you would think maybe they would, because like he's his dad's only son and it's the only child. Him and the mom are pretty close, but like it's just a weird dynamic.
It's different. Every family's so different. You don't know that until you're involved with another family. You're like, whoa, 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 whoa.
Yeah, it's very weird to me. I say stuff is weird. It's very weird.
That's her only word for the record.
Weird.
So she doesn't necessarily mean that something is weird, but if it's not what she's used to, she just uses that word all the time.
It's
weird.
No matter what it, child, everything.
This
is
food at
weird.
Radzu's, it's weird.
It's weird.
weird.
Yeah. It was weird. I think I actually mean weird. And so like the communication.
They're not trying to have Sunday dinner together as a group in like a family.
No, they're not doing things like that.
Okay, like I'm just, it's different for sure.
It's very different. Like the dad does the same thing that Victor does, and like he'll come home after being on a trip, and like him and the mom are like not spending all this time together. He's like in the garage working on cars, doing his hobby, and I think that's weird.
I have to say that though, honestly, when you get older in marriages, it is different. You're like, no, oh, you're home, you're safe, great. I'm going to get back to what I'm doing and you're going to do your thing. But that's why they say when you get older, you have to, when your kids are out of the house, now Kurt, you're experiencing this, like your kids are out of the house, you have to redate your spouse. Like y'all are, you know, like
first
a thing.
of all, I just like to say, stop telling people who are empty nesters that they need to redate. Just shut up. Don't tell me what
you
to
should.
do.
No,
I'm not about to. You don't know what you're going to do.
that.
Look how your kids are so young. Y'all are, you think, just let me just tell you, you think you're going to be out there dating? And if you're out there dating, I love that for you. But we talking about the Molinas. Our kids are adults. It's not that we don't spend any time together or like we don't go out, but this idea of dating, it is exhausting.
Yeah.
Okay? Let me tell you what we love to do.
I mean by dating,
we
being
love
at home,
to do
spending
nothing.
time together.
That's what we love to do.
Yeah. But
that's
sit
still
outside
spending
with
time
our
together.
dogs.
Yeah, that's date.
Both
It's
of us like this. Look at that.
You know what's crazy? I'll be in the other room. Alan sends me reels.
Yeah,
and I'm like, I am right here. You can just, he's like sending me 3. He's like, did you watch him yet? Like from the other room. I'm like, oh my gosh. But yeah, it is different.
It's different. And I enjoyed, at this stage of our marriage, we enjoy time apart. Like I have things that I like to do. Everything that we do is not like a shared interest. So I work and he works, and then on the weekend, maybe we're going to spend time together, but maybe I'm just want to be in my room upstairs watching TV, and he just wants to be downstairs talking to his friend, cursing.
Do you guys not go to sleep together every night though?
No. Are you okay?
Y'all aren't sleeping in the same bed.
We do.
No. She also is not. She still got kids in her house. Okay, let me just say that right now. You don't know where you're going to be when you hit year 24. We're going to be hitting 25 years. And I'm saying this, we don't have the same, that's not our life. Like, our life is not one where our schedule is the same. I think that's a big thing. Yeah. And it can be a thing. And I'm not saying we never had seasons of that in our life, but if he's working 3 to 11 and I work 7 to 3, we're not going to bed together. Because when he gets home at 11, he's not ready to go to sleep and I'm already in bed, right? Yeah. And right now, my husband works like 60, 70 hours a week. So if he is he's leaving the house, he's leaving our home at 6 a.m. Some nights he's not coming home till 9 or 10 o'clock coming home. No, we are not going to bed together. Sometimes he's sleeping on the couch and I'm sleeping in the room. It's just not a thing.
I can understand that.
It's not a thing.
I witnessed that. Maybe not actually sleeping in the same bed, but you guys are still in the same domain. This man can be out of town. Victor can literally be out of town for a month in another state that's in a different time zone. Then I don't know. Maybe that's just me.
No, everything is different. Yeah.
To come home, no, I don't need to be under you. Like, when he comes home, we're still not under each other 24/7 just because he's home. But it's just like, it's a point for us to spend some time together. Yeah. And I don't see his parents do that. And that is weird to me.
It probably worries you too, because you think, I don't want him to create these habits because what I want for us is this. So don't fall into what your dad does type thing.
And
that's also why he got left the first time.
You also have to consider that where you are seeing their marriage is where it is at this season of their marriage. Yeah. You did not witness all the other seasons of their marriage. Yeah. And so I think this is why I say this.
Victor, and they formed some really habits in Victor that I can tell that their family is weird. Like,
oh my God.
Yes.
Stop calling this man's family weird, please.
Well, and they are like, I love his mom and his dad is cool or whatever. And so, I mean, I just feel like the way they operate is weird. And it has, in a way, it caused problems in our relationship because, like, now y'all created this adult child that does not know how to communicate. That's
hard.
And I told my mom this like this.
I agree.
You know how people in other cultures, like, literally, if somebody that's in a different country, they don't have the same, like, social cues and communications as Americans, right?
Yes.
So even though Victor is American, he was born in America, it is almost like dating somebody who is, like, foreign and not American because he grew up in this household with people who
and with that culture. Yeah, that culture is passed down 100%.
Yeah, I can see
that. Listen, 100%. And I'm going to say this, to each its own, and I mean that sincerely, right? Like, you need to communicate what it is you want, and you do have to kind of build your own relationship and that kind of thing. This is the only thing that I say, especially for, like, young people. It's not always what you think. And 50 years and 75 years of marriage, it's not this idea that we have. And that is why I think marriages end all the time and people don't stick through it, because it's like, oh, we hit a rough patch, or we thought that this patch that we're in is going to be our whole life. And since maybe the first 10 years were good and now these 5 years have been hard, I'm throwing this whole marriage away, right? Yeah. I don't subscribe to that way of thinking. And so it's like, how can we communicate? What are some other things that we could do? Is there a way for us to talk about this? Can we create our own traditions, right? There are some traditions that I had coming up that we don't have in our family, or that my husband had that we don't have. We kind of decided, well, this is how we're going to celebrate, or this is what we're going to do. And that's something that we did together. So it wasn't like every single tradition that we had that we didn't love, we brought to our family. Now, some of that you bring in, but at the same time, some of that, so do you, right? Yeah. There are some, and we all have dysfunction to a degree from our childhood and things that might not have been healthy. And we bring that to the relationship. So it's like, is there enough here, especially at your age? At 44, no. I ain't got no time, no space. If I were single at 44, I don't have no time, no space for no potential, no time, no space for no working through. I ain't got it, because I'm just 44, okay? At 26, though, maybe, I'm not saying you got 10 years to be putting into it, but maybe you got a little time if there's enough there, if there's enough good foundation, because nobody's 100%.
Yeah.
I heard somebody say, like, we often will give up 80% of what we want because of the 20% that we don't get. And I think if we start to look at like, what is it that I really value? What is it that I really want for now, but for a lifetime? And can I get it with this? Is that something that I can build with this person? What are the things that I value, and what are the priorities of those things? Because there are a lot of things that I like, that I might like, or that I might want, but they're not more important to me than him having a strong sense of family. Like my husband, no matter what we've been through, he has a very strong sense of like, we are married for forever. Yeah. Even if I don't like you, we still gonna stay married. You know what I mean? Like he just has a really strong, belief system with that, and providing for his family and protecting. Like he just has, those are great values that right there.
Yeah.
And
that's why I spent the block a second time.
And he looked good too.
Oh my God.
And sometimes he's speaking Spanish. Oh, baby. Yeah, that right there. That you know what? I could put up with a lot of stuff for that right there. Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. So I think that's why I spent the block a second time. So.
Yeah, I'm proud of you.
Yeah, because I just like that whole 80-20% thing. Like, yeah, so when I left, I was being like really selfish. I'm just like, not really.
Can you slow down and run that back?
Yeah, say that one more time for the people in the back.
Oh my gosh, y'all heard me. And so, I mean, when I left, I was just kind of like over it. Like, I feel like we had like a million talks. And this is like somebody that like, I can have a conversation with him and tell him how I feel, and this man will say nothing back. And that like really irked me. Like, like I did not like that. So like, and after like so long, because we also, in the beginning of us talking, we didn't stop talking for that long. But when we first started dating, we stopped talking for maybe 2 weeks. And I was like, I know you like me because you do this certain stuff. And I just don't feel like you would do this stuff if you didn't like me. But other than that, I don't think I would be able to tell that you like me. Like, our conversations don't really give. Yeah. Like, you like me. It's just the stuff that you do that makes me feel like that. And so I guess it was just like a weird space to be in. I don't think I had ever really experienced that. So we stopped talking for like 2 weeks when we first started dating. But like, as the relationship went on, it was always like, that was the theme of it. Like, that's pretty much just like, I know this man loves me because of the stuff that he does, but the communication is just terrible.
Well, and that's why counseling comes in. I think counseling is so good for Alan and I did that for a minute, and he would speak a different way than me. And then how, like, our therapist would break it down and be like, he's kind of saying this. And this is what I'm like, well, I didn't really take it that way. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, that's a positive thing. I mean, even healthy relationships need that, Yeah. We need to be back in therapy ourselves. But I'm like, that might be really good for y'all.
Yeah.
To figure out how to.
Would, especially, like, before actually, like, getting married.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah. Because.
And having real therapy, I feel like sometimes people are like marriage counseling, and it's like a joke.
Yeah.
Like, our marriage counseling was literally like 3 sessions. I'm like, how do you even have counseling for 3 sessions and think you're good?
I think part of it is because when people come, and I'm speaking as a pastor, when people come to you for premarital counseling, they've already decided that they're getting married. And they just want to kind of
You're just trying to prepare them.
They just want to check. I don't do it. But they've already decided that they're going to get married. So no matter what they bring, they ready. And if you don't say that you're going to marry them, then it's a problem. They just kind of want to check things off the list. So it's like, and I also think that on the other side, there's this idea that people should just get married, especially like, you're already living together. So this premarital counseling is kind of a joke because you're already doing all these things. So we're just going to kind of get it done. I'm not saying that's right. I'm just saying that's the world of, that's 100%. How a lot of it is. Now, I'm sure there are some, and people are going to be like, I'm sure there are some that are great and that are thorough, but for most part, that's what I've heard and that's what I've seen. Yeah. That people are just, they're not really coming to see if they're compatible. They've got a date.
They're ready.
They want you to check this off the list. Some churches require premarital counseling.
That's why we did it.
Yeah. And so that's the only reason you do it, because you want to get married at the church.
I thought we were fine.
Yeah.
Little did I know. Yeeks. Years later.
And I'm not saying I really like him. I don't know anything about him except for what you've said to me about him. So I don't know him personally.
You've met him one time though?
One right there for that 5 minutes.
Oh,
2
that
seconds.
was at the show.
First time, and I was there
meeting
for
him.
2 seconds.
Yeah.
I was out.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that you should compromise, that you shouldn't have someone that communicates. I'm not saying any of that. I'm saying y'all are in a relationship though, and it seems to be getting serious. And so if it's going to be serious, then these are the things that you need to consider. But if it's not serious, if it's not, you know what I'm saying? Like, no, I'm feeling him out and this ain't really it. Okay, well, I'm about to go. That's it.
I have to say, as an outsider looking into, he's taken on, I know he's not like, I'm going to take on the dad responsibility, but he is like committed to you.
Yeah.
Like, and you have children. So that's huge. Like my mom went through that too, of like finding somebody after she already had me and my sister. And like first a man to be like, yeah, I'll take that on. That's crazy.
And your dad is great, by the way. Does he watch this? I love you.
I don't know.
I love you.
I've asked him to be on it too. He refuses.
Oh, you know,
none of the guys want to be on.
we should get them on.
Alan only says yes because he's married to me.
I'm gonna. You know what? I cannot. When's the next time y'all are having
Alan
something?
actually felt some type of way. He was like, "Oh, 3 today or whatever," and I was like, "Yeah, Paige and me and Courage." And he was like, "Oh," he was like, "So Courage is like the co-host?" I was like, "Yeah, you and Courage both are the co-hosts for the podcast."
Oh, I told you to tell that man of yours to stop bringing me up.
Yeah. And he said, "I've never been asked to co-host." I was like, "You co-host with me when it's you and I together?" Alan wants to be the 3 at the table.
Where, first of all, I would like for Alan to hear this.
He felt really
Let me
bad.
just tell you right now that I don't know if you know your wife, but she playing both of us. Just so
I
we're
really
clear.
did.
Yeah. Just so we're clear.
I was like, the podcast is happening.
I'm not.
This is what's
she
going on.
she did what she always does. Like, you actually asked me if I wanted to do a podcast with you, and I said
did.
yes. And then just like, oh, do I want to go to the movies with you? I said yes,
Yeah.
like a sucker. And then what happens? I get replaced by Alan.
No, because you know what you do? You
No.
have a lot of stipulation. Yeah, I'll do it with you, but I'm not editing.
Is
Yep.
Alan editing? That's what I want to know.
He ain't.
Okay. That's okay.
He wants to be on. He wants to be at the table with us.
Well, why is he not here today? Because we had 4 mics.
Because no, I don't want him here today. This is a
Can
girl
we do-
conversation.
Can it be the two of us and him and Pop?
Yeah, what is Pop's going to talk about? That's a whole nother conversation.
I just love him. He's a very funny
There's no
man.
telling what he'll say.
Exactly. You will definitely be editing that.
Yeah. I'd be like, cut that. Yeah. But him wanting to step in and like just be a part of that, I think that's really huge.
Yeah.
That's a big deal.
I think like this time around, like it's not that, like I said, I know that he loves me because of the stuff that he does, but I think this time around it's more of me realizing like the unconditional part of the love, and that means a lot to me.
Yeah.
Like the unconditional, because honey, if the shoe was on the other foot,
Baby, we already know.
I don't know if I could do it because he doesn't have any kids.
Right.
You barely doing it
Right.
now, and you're on the receiving end.
Like, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
he
what.
doesn't have any kids. So,
love that.
and like he loves Sage. He's been like, I don't even know if that's his name that's on the record, but
You
like,
don't have to.
Victor's on the pickup list for Sage. His daddy ain't.
Yeah. That's a big deal.
Yeah.
Like, so it just says a lot about like his role in our lives and stuff, and like how he will step up. So
He shows up.
I think that is so undervalued. I think that what we see on social media and all these things, it's like, you know, it needs to be flash, it needs to be this, it needs to be that. And I'm not saying that there aren't any great ones out there. I think there are probably great men who would step up and who are going to be great communicators and all of that, right? All of that wonderful stuff. But I think that sometimes those things, what looks good and super flashy is what I mean. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like that's the thing that is promoted the most. Oh, is he texting you all the time? Okay, he texting me all the time, but he's also texting, you know, old girl too at the same time. And he's saying all of these things. Oh, he's saying all the right things to you. He's saying all the right things, but he's not showing up with the right things, right? And so it's like you see a lot of that. How do we start to like help young people navigate through like what it really looks like to have somebody? And that's one thing I say all the time when I talk to people. I don't care what me and Mike went through. He has always taken care of me. Like I listen, he has always been the one that's like, okay, this is what I'm gonna do. If I call him and I needed something, he's gonna take care of it. Not some like, I don't know, I can't figure it out type of dude. Like, just not that.
Yeah, or like, and you got it, you do it. It's your problem.
Figure it out. Yeah, like, that's just not a thing.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
And so I was spoiled.
I just literally had a car problem. I felt so bad about this. I had a car problem. I had to get my car fixed. It was going to be like $1,000.
Yeah.
And he was like, you know what? Like, I'm going to give you the money to pay for this car, okay? But it's like, okay, well, now I don't have a car because they're going to have my car. Oh. It's like, you can drive my car. I wrecked his car.
Stop it.
Yes. She had it for like 5 minutes.
I literally wrecked it probably the first week I started driving it. And it was not like just a little dent. Like,
what happened?
I was leaving out of a McDonald's and like, it's like a 2-lane. And the 2 lanes are going the same direction.
Gosh,
the one in the furthest lane, so the left lane, was gonna let me come out. He gave me space to come out, and I started coming out. I make sure I check the lanes that are going this way. No one's coming. Next thing you know, I come out here. It's the car, the lane closest to me. Lady just going. That end up
you hit her, or she hit you?
They say that it's my fault, but because she had the right of way, I guess. But I'm like, I know she's seen that car coming out to give me space, and then like it ended up being some old lady that my grandma knew. I'm like, I don't care. Oh,
your grandma knew her?
Yeah, and I was like, I don't care that she knows her. I don't even know her. I'm so pissed right now. This lady, I just got this car, and like Victor was just like, well, are you and the baby okay? And I'm like, yeah, we're good, but I feel so terrible. He was like, Paige, can you please just calm down? Because as long as you...
Is it fixable or is it totaled?
It's fixable, but like literally his concern was just me and the baby. And then he was like, we're going to get your car fixed first. Still.
It's whatever.
And then I'll worry about my car after we get your car fixed. So
that's
the kind of person he is.
That's sweet.
Isn't that like...
Yeah.
Don't you...
Which is also sometimes...
Don't you like him so much?
Yeah, that's really
sweet.
What I'm saying. Yeah. Because honestly, some people are really like, oh my gosh, I shouldn't have let you drive my car. I knew you would have wrecked it, right? Then that would have been really terrible. And when you're also used to toxic things, sometimes maybe you're like, ooh, I'm expecting him to be so angry at me. But he was like, no, are y'all good? Yeah. It's fine. Yeah.
She still's crashing out though.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Yeah, I was so upset about crashing it. Like, I was just like, wow. Like, I'm like, I know he has to be pissed at me, but he wasn't. And if he was, I do not know it. Till this day, I still do not know
It's very funny what you said, like, when you're so used to toxic, because I remember you being like, maybe he's just pretending not to be upset. I'm like, girl, he ain't pretending not to be upset. If he upset, he upset about his car. Yeah. I think his priorities are exactly what they needed to be. And I think... sometimes you do get so used to people being like, well, dang, what happened? How you wrecked my car? And then you're kind of the afterthought, like, oh, I know I should have thought of you. Are you okay? Right? But
well, then you got to give credit to his parents in that way, because honestly, that has a lot to do with probably how he was raised. Yeah. Maybe like that's a material thing. You're fine, but we can fix a car. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Now, it might cost us something. It might be a minute, but we can get the car fixed. Yeah. Like that type of mindset. So credit to his parents, because maybe that's something that they've instilled in him.
I didn't think about that way.
You're welcome, Paige. You're like, meanwhile, they're weird.
It's her favorite word to describe every single thing.
Oh, I love this.
Yeah. So we're back on.
That's cool. Yeah. Get through counseling, whatever y'all got to do, and just stick together. Yeah. That's neat. It's not always going to be easy. Yeah. Not every relationship's easy peasy,
Yeah. And I think I just, coming from, because I mean, obviously he is not Pork Chop's dad. So like coming from that situation, I feel like that situation was like literally in a way to like humble me. Yeah. And on your call last night, this has me thinking about your call last night for the Courageous Disciples, like about sometimes when it's not like the devil like punishing you, and sometimes it's like God disciplining you. And I feel like in a way that is what it was. Like, I left the situation for my own selfish reasons. Like, yeah, he doesn't communicate, but Paige, he does all of this other stuff. Like, you got to give him some credit. And I don't think I was giving him any credit.
Yeah.
And then I meet Pork Chop's dad. And I shouldn't even have met Pork Chop's dad because I was talking to somebody. So it's like, I shouldn't have met Pork Chop's dad. And on top of like meeting Pork Chop's dad, I just felt like, oh, you know, when something's new and like, oh, this is fun. And like, Victor doesn't drink. So I'm like, oh, I can drink with this person.
Victor doesn't drink. Oh, how horrible.
Yeah.
And that's a time that but I'm just saying, that's like one of the things I enjoyed doing with Pork Chops, that like we could hang out and it felt like, in a way to me at that time, like, oh, like we can kind of like be friends. And like the situation is so like not healthy at all. It's very toxic, and you know, and we made pork chop. We wasn't supposed to be making pork chops. So,
Right. Yeah.
like a lot of like consequences for, I hate the way that things played out, but it is a lot of consequences for not just like it's a discipline thing. It's not really like, oh, the devil was punishing me, but it's like a discipline thing, like all this sin and my selfish like desires, you know, they say what your flesh wants. So that was like really made me realize that. And then like coming over to Victor, it's just a lot more innocent. It's not like so much pressure on things that are like stuff that we shouldn't be doing, or
interesting.
Yeah, it's not that, and the situation is a million times better.
Yeah.
And so,
Sometimes you always think the grass is greener. You're like, oh my God, I can't stand you, but I'm having a good time over here. But low key, it's not good.
no.
Yeah. It feels fun and it's exciting, but it's destroying the things that are good.
Yeah.
And then it turns around to destroy you in the process.
It does.
Right?
Yeah.
Now that's how the enemy will get in.
Like literally, that's how he got his
It's
way
like,
in.
oh, he helps you to destroy something that is good. And he's not just happy with like, oh yes, I'm so glad she destroyed that. No, she destroyed that. Yay, now I'm gonna destroy her too. Do you know what I mean?
And these stories are so cool too, because when your baby grows up and you'll be able to share with him, like, this is what happened or whatever, he'll be like, oh my gosh, though, like, but if you never like got away from him and met him, I would never be here. Like, as a child, and you are now like an adult thinking and processing that, you're like, oh my gosh, but God's desire for me to be here, like I have a purpose in this life. Like, that's so cool. So like the story is like amazing because of like the child that you're creating, you know what I mean, gonna have. That's so cool. So I love that. It may have not been exactly how you would have wanted things, but
and I think for a long time I was very just upset about the situation, but
of course,
like you said, like it makes me think like, oh, there must be some like really, really like deep purpose for this baby to be here.
There's a deep purpose for every
person.
Yep.
I'm so proud of you. So tell us some things that you are like, as a new, like now almost mom of two, any advice for young parents, single parents, anything like that? Because I think that's really cool. If you guys did not know, you know, Paige was referring to pork chop. This is her baby that she's about to have.
She did not mean a pork chop sandwich.
Yeah, it was so funny because I was like asking the girls, like, yeah, what's like your time frame of getting here, XYZ, and Courage was telling me, she's like, yeah, Courage said something about pork chop and Paige being hungry, and I was thinking, oh, she's really craving like a pork chop. I was like, dang, I don't know where she's gonna find that, but okay, she'll figure it out. So then Courage gets here, we're sitting in the breezeway chit chat, and then I'm like, yeah, so did she get a pork chop? And she's like, no, she calls her baby pork chop. And I was like, oh.
That is so
I'm
hilarious.
like, crap. I'm like, well, I mean, you know, you crave what you want. So, yeah. So anyways, yeah, any advice?
My advice to young moms or new moms, single moms, I think my only advice I really have is not to be so hard on yourself and give yourself grace.
That's my favorite word.
That's actually, she hates that word.
Yeah, I do.
Do you?
Yeah, I hear it all the time now. Yeah.
But you definitely should as a mother, because I know a lot of girls that are around my age that actually have babies like 2024, into 2024, or beginning of this year, 2025. And it's like and I didn't have this like thing when I had Sage, but there are a lot of moms out there who have an expectation on it's supposed to go this way. I'm supposed to be breastfeeding. I'm not supposed to have a C-section. I'm supposed to push, and it's supposed to be XYZ, and it doesn't have to be like that. And it's your journey, like motherhood. It's going to be your journey, and what works for you and your kids, it's supposed to be personal. Like, it's not.
Yeah. Oh, that's great.
Yeah, it's not supposed to be from a book, because I definitely, if anything, with my first child, I definitely learned that Sage is on the spectrum. It's definitely not by the book. So, yeah. So definitely just give yourself grace, and don't think that your journey is supposed to be like what people, I know a lot of people like to give input. You might have your grandma being like, oh, you shouldn't be doing this with your baby.
Oh, gosh.
You shouldn't be doing that, or whatever. But it's definitely supposed to be personalized, and you have to just be kind to yourself.
Yeah, I like how you say that. It's supposed to be personal. I've not heard it that way, like any advice, but that really is what it is. You get to a place where you hear all this advice as a mom. I'm sure you've heard it the whole time you've been pregnant.
But can we take some advice?
You can to an extent. I think there's a difference in taking it and like you've received it. I heard it. I'm taking notes. And then... But what works for you is just what it is. And you can't be as hard.
Don't be literal.
Yeah, you're like, oh my gosh, they said I cannot let my baby whatever. And you're like, but I have to. Like, then you get in this place like, I'm a bad parent. And it hurts you mentally. Yeah. And you don't realize it until later. But that's a cool, create your own story.
Yeah. Create your own story with your kids. And just be kind to yourself.
Yeah, we're all trying to survive.
Oh,
right.
Be kind to yourself. That's so
sweet.
Yeah.
I'm going to be kind to myself today.
Me too.
Yeah, I know a lot of people who will I don't know. I just have one friend that just had a baby maybe a month or so ago. And she's just so harsh on herself. And I was just like...
She doesn't think she's doing a good job or something?
Well, she didn't want to have a C-section. She had to have a C-section. It's so funny that we were talking about the putting to sleep thing, but I didn't know that they actually can and will put you to sleep during a C-section.
Yeah.
I did not know that was a thing. So she had to have her C-section that way. And even with the breastfeeding thing, very harsh on herself about that. I'm just like, girl.
Yeah, because this is what we're talking about. She was like, I am.
You're not breastfeeding?
She's not even going to try. I understand.
I love breastfeeding.
Before you people start talking to me about everybody can't breastfeed. Okay. But you know how you know you can't breastfeed? You tried it.
Yeah.
I tried it with Sage.
This is a new season, a new baby. Your body is different.
Yeah, it is.
I don't know. I say a lot that I'm not going to, but I don't know because...
Does it freak you out?
I just be like, they can have formula.
Well, they can. I mean,
it's healthier. You want to give them... I understand. Before y'all come from
breastfeeding is like staying pregnant. Thank you. I want a margarita.
Actually, let me just say this: breastfeeding helps you to lose weight faster.
It does.
Oh my gosh, I lost weight with Sage. I only breastfed with him for a month. By the time
a month, and you know what? You got all that good old fashioned metabolism. You're a little bit older. You're not as young as you was before. You're gonna be walking around with a belly, and somebody gonna be saying, "Oh, when you do," and you're gonna be like my baby in the car. So go ahead and pop that thing out and breastfeed that baby for at least a month, like you said.
Yeah.
And just, let the Lord add
I could
a
put the
blessing.
faja on. That's what they say. Put the faja on.
What's a faja?
You don't know faja. It's like a...
It's the thing that holds your boob?
It's your whole body.
I know. Yeah,
it's a girdle. It's like it's basically
I need
like
that
a
right
really
now.
big.
So I need a faja.
And it's got a hole at the bottom. It goes all the way to your thighs.
Oh my
It comes
thighs.
all the way up.
If y'all start seeing me in a faja online, y'all gonna be like, "Ooh, honey,
you wear it under your clothes."
I was going to say, yeah, you wear it under your clothes.
Oh, nobody will see it.
But they'll know.
They'll know I'm wearing it.
Oh my gosh, yes, they will know.
Oh gosh.
They will know.
Well, let's talk about breastfeeding real fast. I loved it because I also, what do you call it? You co-sleep. My baby slept right next to me.
Yep.
So did Sage.
Anytime
they were like, wah, 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 I was like, booby. I just you know what I mean? I just literally, I did feel like a dairy cow though.
Really?
I was like, oh my gosh, I cannot take a break. So I get it. But I just kept thinking too, I'm already paying so much money for diapers. Why would I go buy all this formula? I just kept thinking my body makes milk. The Lord made my body to do this.
Again.
And I was like, this stuff is freaking expensive. But I also knew it was really good for the baby. So yeah, every woman's body is very different. But I know that some women, when they start to breastfeed, that I always heard, they're like, it hurts. I'm like, because it takes that kid so much time to figure out how to like latch. Yeah. And I always like thought, I was like, oh, well, they got the nipple, it's fine. They got to get like your whole areola plus the skin around it.
Yeah, it's got to be like a little suction.
Yeah.
Like, just like how you put that pump on.
Yeah, it's got to be
pump,
like,
it's not just on your nipple, it's around that hole.
Yes,
that's how the baby got to be.
And girl, once he got a latch, honey, he was like, you know, they love that thing. Girl.
Yeah.
I just never got an attachment to it because from the time I was in the hospital, I never produced enough, and so I had to do both.
You can't. Do you know why? Because you had a C-section. So did I. Your body's not ready because it got all that medicine. Your body's in shock. It took so much longer for my milk to come in because of that.
I did have colostrum.
That's good. That's the good stuff.
And that's why I say I don't really know how I'm going to do with the baby because I found myself this week being frustrated. Like I literally cried about not being able to collect my colostrum this week.
Oh, don't. You just told these mamas not to be stressing out.
I know. I was just frustrated because people make it look so freaking easy. Like there's these people, I need to stay off of TikTok. But
you really do.
I love TikTok. But it's so like sometimes, and these women have all these 1 milliliters of needles
of right now
of colostrum before
right now.
Yes. Why is that a thing?
First of all, colostrum is very good. You can freeze it.
You start making it. Sometimes your body's not ready to have it that early. Right now, it's coming out.
I'm making it.
Let's do this off pod. Let's get some out.
This is what I'm saying, but I don't understand what is the reason
of getting it right now.
For
collecting it. First of all, colostrum is like the pre-milk.
I know,
you're not going to always have it.
No, you will. You have it.
You have it. You're not getting rid of it right now.
You're not getting rid of it. When you have the baby,
it's in there.
It's in there still.
Well, it ain't pure colostrum.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. That's what they get in the first few days.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, but then the milk comes.
Yes. I know.
And after you get the milk, it's over.
No. The colostrum is still a part of the milk process. And the fatty milk in the back, they got to nurse for 30 minutes too because they get it's like almost like skim milk at first. Yep. And then after 15 to 20 minutes of nursing, then the fatty stuff comes, and that's where they beef up. Ooh, I love a good fat baby. And they get all the goodness in the back.
Yeah.
Well, I just wanted to collect it.
I feel like unless you have a medical condition, I'm just curious, right? Like
I heard it's good for C-section moms.
I never got colostrum that early.
You didn't? And I will be 36 weeks on Sunday. So I'm 35 weeks in some days.
Yeah.
I heard it's good for C-section moms, but also just if the baby gets sick. I know when Sage, when he would have that baby acne and it would be all red and stuff, I could put it on that and it just be cleared up.
But you can put breast milk on it too. Yeah.
I think I just want to have it.
I think
because you saw it on TikTok.
I seen it on TikTok. I'm like, oh my gosh, that would be so cool if I could store it. But you would
put your breast milk on, if he's getting baby acne, then you put your breast milk on them.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's the same thing.
Well, I definitely cried about it this week.
Oh my
I know.
Gosh.
You're emotional right now.
And I ordered 2 different storage things. So I'm like, maybe it's the 1 mLs. Okay. Maybe that's not going to work. Okay, cool.
You said a needle.
It's not a needle. It's a syringe. Like if you're giving a baby a cough syrup.
Oh, but you said needle, so I was very confused.
She did say needle?
I don't think so. We'll have to play that back. We will play it back because it ain't a needle.
Well, I don't know what it is.
All I heard you
never
say
even
is
heard
ML.
of this.
I don't think I said that. We'll play it back.
Yeah, do that.
We'll clock the T. Thank you.
I'll make that the first clip. The other thing. Yeah.
And then I got this mom cozy thing. Those are a little bigger. It's different concept a little bit. They're like silicone. Still just know, they say if you take a warm shower to relax.
Yes.
But when it ain't getting in the thing, it's very hard to relax.
And you know what also makes you stress out?
Oh my goodness.
And I keep saying do what you want, but I want to say is because the nurses, I don't care what hospital you're at. I don't care if you had natural XYZ. The nurses will stress the crap out of you because they will make you feel like your baby is dying, and they're like, your baby's starving. And I'm like, what if I was in the wilderness and just had this freaking child and you were not starve here? Exactly. He would survive. Like, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. They're also designed to lose 2 to 3, not designed, but they're going to lose 2 to 3 pounds after
before
birth.
you leave the hospital.
Yes, they always lose weight. Like, stop freaking these parents out. Mm-hmm. a lot. I can't
That's I
understand
don't
that.
have that much pressure on it, but I did want to collect the colostrum. But
And it's like orange too, right? Colostrum's a little like orangey, like yellowy orange.
Yeah.
Orange.
It's like bright yellow.
It's
I
like
don't
yellow.
know.
Yeah, it's more yellow. Yeah. I do remember leaking in my bed when I was pregnant.
Kind of conversation this is.
But I would be laying in
in
bed.
my life heard of people collecting colostrum.
My
We're
mom
talking
said
about
that
the
wasn't a thing
color.
when she was pregnant with me
It's
either.
just
But
weird, guys.
Because
gap.
colostrum, you're not like
Let's say
Courage
age
said.
gap. I'm gonna throw something at you.
Courage is right. You're not losing it. It is in there.
Yeah.
You're not losing it. That's the first thing that's going to come out. So don't
what are you
freak out.
doing?
I want to collect it.
Yeah, because you saw it on TikTok. That's fine.
And I'm like,
Are you squeezing?
Yes.
You're just
And that's-
easily just careful.
And what is your mom saying about this? Like from a
my mom / my aide. She was like, maybe you just need to wait until I get home because she's out of town. So she was like, maybe you just need to wait. And I'm gonna wait and let her come, even though she don't know nothing about it because she had to look it up.
She's gonna look it up and she's gonna be like, Paige, this is not what you need to be doing right now. You need to be relaxing somewhere.
Well, I have an appointment on Tuesday. I'm going to ask them, can I get a breast pump and start pumping? And if it's going to make me go into labor early, I don't want to do it. But if I can, and they give me the green light, I will be going on Amazon and ordering that Mom Cozy breast pump.
I'm going to knock you out right now. Do
I
not
never-
put a pump on your boob right now.
Before
Well,
your
that's what the
baby.
moms are doing.
I don't care
do
what
this.
TikTok is doing.
That's what I'm trying to understand. Like, I really am trying to understand. I don't care that they're doing it. I want to know
They're getting
what
so
is
much,
the
though.
I don't care. I want to know what is the situation. What is the situation that led to a mom saying, this is what I need and or should be doing for the benefit of my kid?
You know what I bet it is? She just had a baby. Maybe her body's like a year postpartum and she is pregnant again and just had a baby and her body is actually still producing milk. That's why she might be getting this. You got to think about this stuff. You don't know her story.
I don't know, y'all. They are taking
Don't confuse
bags of this stuff to the hospital. Bags of one.
Why do you need all of this? This is what I'm trying to say. What is this? Like apocalypse baby having? Why?
She said bad. They take
That's what I'm saying. It's like doomsday prepping for the birth of the baby. Why? I'm
The
not.
doctor says it's okay, y'all. I'm going to do it.
I mean,
and I'm going to document it.
Okay,
Oh
you know
my
what? That's where I'm
gosh.
going to end this because this is going deep. Tell everybody where they can find you, Paige, because your TikTok is so lit. Like, I'm obsessed. And the shade that you also throw is everything. So tell us where everybody can follow you.
Okay, my handle for everything is page.lauren, I think. Can you fact check me?
What is
It's
my
Paige
handle?
Lauren or page.lauren.
Everywhere.
Lauren like Lauryn Hill, Lauryn.
Yeah.
I'm only on
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. So sorry. And that's coming in hot too. You have blood on your hands. Wow. What is your name? Paige?
Do you know what's
Just
going to be
type
all
in
over your
Paige.
feed? It's colostrum videos later when you get on TikTok. You're going to be like,
I
what
do not need
kind
for
of
my
algorithm am I in?
Paige Lauren.
Is it a dot in it?
No, it's Paige Lauren 98.
Spell it.
I don't think you're on the right thing. Is it really Paige Lauren 98?
Oh my gosh.
You know how I don't love
I
that.
love that everybody likes to correct everybody. Courage literally thinks that she never does that to people, Paige.
What does
but she
that say
does.
right there? Are you okay?
Yeah, it does. It's Paige Lauren 98. Yeah.
Oh, that's because that didn't used to be my handle on there. Okay, Paige Lauren 98 on TikTok.
But
Can you
spell it. That's
can
why
you
I'm
fact
saying.
check me?
Spell
And then
P.
I fact checked this heifer, and she's like, that's not it.
Yeah, that's not my handle.
So TikTok, it's PAIGELAURYN 98.
Yes.
Instagram, it's Paige Lauren. No, it's Paige.Lauren. So Paige, the way I just spelled it, .Lauren. It's like Lauryn Hill.
Yeah. Yeah, it is Paige dot Lauren on IG.
On Instagram.
That's
I really-
confusing. You need to change that on TikTok so they match. That's
I
confusing.
can't.
It won't let you?
That's the only reason why it's Paige Lauren 98.
Oh,
Because I never
dang.
put 98 in anything.
It was like, when it like creates a username for you or whatever. Yeah, it just stays that way. All right. Y'all go follow Paige so y'all can see the journey. And she is so funny and she has a great time. Paige, I'm so excited that you are here.
I'm so
Thank
excited
you.
to be here.
We want you to come back once you're like, you know, ready. And then I want you to talk about this, like what happened, birth story.
Okay.
Are you going to vlog your birth?
I don't know, because the way that it's set up with the scheduled C-section, I have to be there at 4 something in the morning.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to have the C-section at like 7.
Is somebody going to be there with you?
Yeah.
Your mom?
Yeah.
Okay.
My mom's going to be there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just wonder if you would share that on TikTok. Yeah, I just wondered. You know how people like put clips or whatever together. But.
Yeah. I probably will want to vlog some of it. But yeah. And then now they have the thing where you can go live too. Did you know that? You already know because you're already viral on TikTok. So I
had one pop off girl and Alan. It wasn't even me. It was Alan. Okay, he needs his own account. People are like, I don't care about Amber. I like Alan. Okay, yeah. So, but what do you mean you can go? I know you can go live on TikTok, but what are you saying?
Now anybody can go live. I don't like. It used to be like you have to have a certain number of followers.
Oh, yes.
But now TikTok gives you the option. I have the option to go live on TikTok, and I do not have the follower requirement.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool. Well, yeah. Okay, I like that because live content's really fun.
Yeah,
that's super cool. Oh, you would go live?
Yeah.
You're lying.
Yeah.
Well, you're going to go live in the hospital and you just don't know what's going to occur?
You can
we can always cut the camera.
Yeah.
That's true.
And then
I guess the only thing,
oh my gosh, update. Yeah, that might be good.
I guess what freaks me out about a live is that you don't have it raw on your phone and you can't like go back and like grab it or something. You know what I mean? But anyways, I don't know. I wish they would like save your live as a video. Whatever. We're getting too deep.
Yeah, this has been.
This was a really great podcast.
It really was.
I can't believe it's been. Do y'all want to know?
I know it's been a long time. I felt
an hour and 40.
Really?
They go by so quick.
It doesn't feel like that.
I know.
Are you gonna drop the whole hour and 40?
Yep.
Oh my god.
Yeah, because you know why? Because Paige said something about the part 2.
Yeah, she was like, I do not like it.
Yeah.
I don't like when there's a to be continued. When we had a part 2, when all
friends.
the girls were here, you were talking trash. Yes,
Yeah.
I told Amber what you said.
And you talk too much.
Yeah, I told her what you said.
No, it's good feedback. The reason she brought it up is because I was saying something about, she was like, yeah, Paige does not like that you have a part 2. And I was like, yeah, but it's so long that I feel like I have to do that. But honestly, no, I'm dropping it.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just not a fan. But
because if you have to come back to watch it, yeah,
yeah,
I like
I'm
long
the type
content
of person.
too.
I want a whole season to drop before I watch it. I don't want to wait until the next episode comes out.
Oh yeah, I'm the same. Like Housewives, it pisses me off to wait till the next week.
Yeah,
I'll skip like 3 weeks just to
watch a build up. I do that with Baddies, my Ratchet TV. Yes.
Yeah. Oh, you were watching Baddies the other day. What were you
you
watching?
watch
I was not. You see how you saw how your face said, do I watch Baddies?
No, it wasn't.
Do you
it
know
was,
the answer to that? It's absolutely
It was
not.
Basketball Wives. Reunions.
It was reunions. I watched a Basketball Wife reunion.
It's fun.
And I watched a Love and Hip Hop reunion.
Yeah, it's just a good time.
I don't watch the shows, but
Where are you watching the reunions for if you don't know what's going on in the show?
because I don't care what's going on in the show. Honestly, they give the highlights.
You want to see them fight?
It's a little ratchet. It's just like a little twinge. That's all I need. I'm not about to watch a whole season of nothing like that. Y'all know.
Yeah, it's a good time.
Yeah, it was like a weekend. I was like, yes, this is what I'm about to watch. My husband came in. He was shooketh.
He's like, oh,
he was like, that's what you watching? He was
they can talk like that?
And you know that's what he said. So, and he sat there with his little glasses on, so aggravating, looking at his phone. He's sitting next to me. And then after a while, he's like, so it's cool if they just on here cussing up a storm, but I can't cuss, huh? I'm like, well, they're not talking to me, so I don't care what they say to each other.
It's also not my life.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm not related to them. I don't care about what they got going on like that.
Yeah, drama TV it's a good time.
He's so extra.
I like to call it my nonsense TV.
Yeah, it is.
I don't
nonsense.
really have a lot of time for
it's
nonsense
between
TV,
that and true crime for me.
No,
God.
first of all,
you and Olivia, y'all doing too much.
I watched that.
True crime freaks me out.
I'm not watching true crime, but I watched that reality TV. I hadn't watched it since I was here, and before then, like years.
Yeah,
I think it was like a little. I love a documentary. Yeah, I can get with that.
I can watch a documentary pretty much about anything. It doesn't just
not about anything, but it's got to be something good.
Like I watched one about a tornado. I have no interest in tornadoes.
I watched one about a tornado. We probably watched the same one. It was crazy. crazy.
Yeah, I'm not interested.
Things
that actually could happen.
And it did happen. It's not fiction. It is.
Oh, I know, but could happen.
Yeah, it's my heart. I had so much anxiety watching that thing. Is crazy. But
or a biopic, or how do you say it? Is it a biopic or a biopic?
I think it's biopic.
I don't even know what y'all are saying.
It's like those movies that it's based on real life. Like it's a real.
Maybe it's a biopic. I don't know.
I really don't know. It's spelled like bio and
pick.
I have no idea. We'll find out.
We'll find out.
Somebody drop it if you know. Okay. Yeah. If you made it this far, drop a little heart emoji.
Yeah, because you was a real one.
You are committed. Thank you guys, and we will see you in the next one.
Bye. Bye.